My name is Anna, and today I am in the heart of Ukraine, Kyiv, next to its main river Dnipro. And I want to introduce you to a beautiful history of the main Ukrainian river. Dnipro is a Scythian word, which means a river. It is one of the largest European rivers and has a very long history. Ancient Greeks wrote about it in their works, naming Dnipro Borisfen. Even Herodotus described it as one of the important arteries of the continent. I love learning history and learning it from really interesting perspective. And this interesting perspective taught me that rivers in the past were more important than highways today. And the future of the city largely depended on its close locations to a big river. That's why the main Ukrainian city of Kyiv begins its history on the banks of Dnipro. Many Ukrainian people were baptized here according to the will of our Prince Volodymyr, who was responsible for Christianization of Kievan Rus many centuries before Moscow has ever existed. Kyiv laid on the way from Bulgarians to the Greeks and connected the Baltic Sea with the Black Sea. I think it's not difficult to guess that behind me you see a monument from the communist time because of its style. And actually behind me you see an ark that was known as the Ark of Friendship between peoples. It was built back in communist times to commemorate 1500th anniversary of Kyiv and 60th anniversary of communist occupation of the capital of Ukraine. After the start of brutal Russian invasion, we could not keep this monument and it was reconstructed and renamed, and now is known as the Monument to Freedom of Ukrainian People. Now we are on a pedestrian bridge, which is also open for cyclists. In Ukraine, it is sometimes called as the Bridge of Klytchko because he was the initiator of the construction of it. In October 2022, a Russian missile hit very close to the bridge, perhaps intending to destroy it. But the bridge is still standing, so is Ukraine. If you would like to visit Kyiv one day after we win, and you are not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Subscribe and discover Ukraine with me. Water from Dnipro provides more than 70% of Ukrainian people with fresh water supply. And many different kinds of fish and water animals living in this beautiful river. That's why it is so important to protect it from the dangers that Russian war imposes on everything alive in Ukraine. Just a reminder, here I am sitting on a bench in a park like millions of people all over the world, with one really great difference: missiles hit Ukrainian parks. Many cases have been recorded since the start of brutal Russian invasion. We have to win this war so that more people can come to Ukrainian parks, sit next to me on this bench, and do not feel threatened. Dnipro runs exactly through the middle of Ukraine, or better say, the heart of Ukraine. Maybe it is even the heart of Ukraine. I believe that every great river is closely connected to a country that it represents, and I'm proud that we have Dnipro. It is a symbol of Ukrainian strength and resilience. Our history is closely connected to the history of the river, or maybe the river decides our history. That was a monument to Prince Volodymyr, who baptized Kievan Rus back in 988. More than 150 years before Moscow was founded. What a mistake! Dnipro played an important role in times of Cossacks. It actually helped them shape Zaporizhzhia siege because protected it with its rapids. In Soviet times, the river changed greatly because they built lots of hydroelectric stations. That is a problem for the ecosystem, but now Russian occupants create even more problems. Recently, they committed a huge terrorist act when they blown up Kakhovka Dam, which also stands on the Dnipro river. This is the ecocide, and the consequences of it we will feel for a really long period of time. I feel very emotional when I think about Dnipro and its future as this war continues. And the sooner it finishes, the better it will be for the security of the world. I hope the day when it is safe to travel to Ukraine comes soon, and you will be able to smell the beautiful air of Dnipro River, maybe even take a ship or a ferry and experience a tour over KYIV. But so far, discover Ukraine with me and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for buying me coffees, becoming my patrons, and supporting trips and episodes like this one. But most importantly, thank you for your support of Ukraine, because we do have what to protect. A beautiful river in a beautiful capital of a really strong country that stands for democracy. Slava Ukraini! Subscribe, 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 subscribe.